Welcome to the Covidian Garden Party. Please help yourself to a drink, but first, take a seat and allow me to tell you a story. Susan Barton Tate, Canada. In November 2012, I had a Whipple procedure to curtail pancreatic cancer. During my recovery, rather under the influence, I had a vision. It went something like this. Gunhild Lorentzen, France. I was in a hot air balloon, you know, the old-fashioned kind, with a squeaky basket and a giant white balloon. Alicia Proudfoot, Canada. The ride was beautiful, gentle, slow, and deliberate. It was breathtaking. I was floating over familiar landscapes. Barbara Schultz, Canada. We landed with a gentle bump in the middle of a garden. Kim Stewart, Canada. It was an overgrown English garden with a burbling fountain for centerpiece, situated near a well-loved potting shed, supported by a once grand, queue-like greenhouse. Graham Snow, England. It was bursting with runaway plants that were escaping through cracks, gaps, and gullies in search of fresh air. Susan Jessup, Canada. The garden was in its glory and at its best. Her flowers, fruit trees, and veg intermingled with wild things, crossing over loose borders of unattended grass. Fran Quinlan, England. It was all held together by a crumbling stone wall, preoccupied with a life of its own. Lucy Strachan, England. There were a lot of people there. I knew them all, and they me. Georgie Hawkes, England. It was a party. Johannes von Stum, England. With all of my people, just as I'd remembered each and every one. David Atkins, England. All looking wonderful in their creative best. Tracy Stewart, Canada. Everyone was dressed in white. So was I. David Atkinson, France. I wandered through the garden, arriving at an old table draped in white linen, displaying an array of antique glassware, delicate to the touch and my eye. Sandy Kirkby, France. I was greeted by the curator's wife with, "Hello, darling. Would you like a glass of sherry?" Andy Kirkby, France. She handed me the fine glass. I smiled. She smiled. I moved on. Diana Thornycroft, Canada. So beautiful, so lovely, even luxurious. Such are the layers of delight. Jason Curley, Scotland. I mused my surround in looking about. Everyone was enjoying themselves. So, talking, laughing, remembering, and knowing. Laura Walcott, England. All smiling, waving, blowing kisses to me as I did them. Johnny Hawks, England. The director of the gallery was standing next to me. We hugged. Kathy Charles Wary, Canada. I whispered to her, "Carolyn, it's time for me to go." Anne Rose Georgeson, Canada. She looked at me with a tender smile. Sarah Grace Dye, Germany. and said, "Oh, Cat, you can't leave yet. There's too much work to do." Jane Cowie, Singapore. Guests of honor. With love, Susan Barton Tate, Gunhild Lorentzen, Alicia Proudfoot, Barbara Schultz, Kim Stewart, Graham Snow, Susan Jessup, Fran Quinlan, Lucy Strachan, Georgie Hawkes, Johannes von Sturm, David Atkinson, Tracy Stewart, David Atkins, Sandy Kirkby, Andy Kirkby, Diana Thornycroft, Jason Curley, Laura Walcott, Johnny Hawkes, Kathy Charles Wary, Anne Rose Georgeson, Sarah Grace Dye, and BJ Cowie. And my name is Cat Sivertsen. Thank you for joining us at the Covidian Garden Party.